Xbox just rolled out a brand new cloud UI, and it's way more than just a facelift. It feels like a preview, a prototype of what the entire Xbox ecosystem might look like in the future. Today we are breaking down what's new and why this UI might be the blueprint for every Xbox device going forward. I'm Abhishek, this is the Xbox Show. Let's dig right in. As soon as you get into this preview, the entire cloud UI feels more like a console dashboard, but with the flexibility of the streaming platform. As you can see, you get this tile of jump back in. These are smaller tiles, and then followed by play with friends. So it shows all the friends who are in a party or who are in a game. So you can just directly join the game or join a party. You can look at what your other friends are playing, what games they are playing. The first row is obviously the games that you have played recently. All of them just show up right there. Adaptive background, it's very subtle, but it makes the whole experience feel more alive, and like the UI is actually reacting to you. Overall, the UI feels very snappy. If you look up, the animations are also nice. In the top, you have the home, your library, and your search bar. All of these have very subtle animations to it. And to the left, you have your guide. If you have any friend requests, that they will show up with a +1 when you go to your guide. The first tab is essentially your home tab with the most recent played games, option to go to library, start a party. The next tab is your friends tab, where you have all your friends, what they're up to. You can see your requests. Then we also have the chat tab all right here. You can even go to look at your profile, just like the guide on the Xbox console these days. But the UI feels more fluid, it's more smoother and animated. Yeah, overall pretty smooth. And as we keep going down, obviously this is all feeding into Game Pass, so you'll see the recently added Game Pass games. You'll see what games are most popular on the cloud. You see Ubisoft Plus Classics, and then also the touch. So you can look at all the games that are playable with touch, playable with mouse and keyboard. So depending on which device you are streaming on, you can stream the games that you like. It also has a dedicated section for stream your own games, so the games that you have already bought and you can stream on the cloud. Okay, let's go back all the way to the top. If you do search, you can basically search for whatever games you like, and it will show you all the games that are there. The new cloud UI is available in preview, and it's available to Xbox insiders, and you can go to play.xbox.com and see if you are eligible. The library is where the redesign really shines. You see this full library that shows all the games that are available on Game Pass. This is closer to what it was, but it is more fluid, more snappier. But instead of this giant wall of tiles, you also get smart filters. So I can just look at games that I own that are cloud playable. I can also see what games are available on Game Pass and EA Play. So there are 532 games that are available in the library. But if I go to my games, that's where you see the games that I have been playing. So there are 71 games that I've recently played. Some of them on EA Play, some of them on Game Pass, some of them I own. So if I uncheck EA Play and Game Pass, so that's 32 of the games that I own that are cloud playable. And similarly, if you click on Game Pass, then obviously you can look at all the Game Pass games that I have been playing recently, and that's available on the cloud. These game tiles now also show which games support controller, mouse, or touch. So you will see these tiny little symbols on the bottom that show if you have a finger and controller that supports both the touch and control. If you have a mouse and a controller, that means that it supports mouse and keyboard and controller. So this is the kind of UX polish that makes cloud gaming feel more real and ready to launch. Under the hood, Xbox has quietly improved the streaming layer. So what that means is that now we have faster startup times, smoother bit rates, and better handling of the Wi-Fi drops. So if you start any game, earlier you used to get this xCloud logo. Now you have the game art playing. Hitting the Xbox button gives you the option to start a party. You can start a party directly while you are in game. You can just click a party and send invite to your friends, or you can quit game right here. That's what we're going to do right now. And the only thing right now, because it's still in preview, is when you get out of a game, it puts you into window mode instead of full screen. So you need to go to guide and then go all the way down and click this button. Then you go back into full screen mode. So because this is still in preview, there are some kinks that are still being worked out. Overall, it's not just prettier, it's also more stable. As you can see, the games load up faster, the UI looks cleaner. Xbox also added a lightweight social layer here. You can see your friends' activities, join a party, join their game, and even send party invites like I showed you, all from this cloud session. It's not as deep as a console UI, but it feels integrated instead of bolted on. Now, here's the interesting part. This cloud UI doesn't feel like just a redesign. It feels like a prototype for the future of Xbox. I'm saying that because this feels more like the console UI, right? It feels more like what we are used to, just snappier and prettier. But if you go to your button here, go to your settings, and in appearance, you can go to desktop mode. And that's where things start to look a little different. It feels like this would be the new redesign for the Xbox PC app, where you don't need those large tiles because you're sitting much closer to a PC than you are sitting from a TV. So you have now your guide right here, still takes you to the same options, but accessing through a mouse. And you go to your library, still similar, but the main difference is that you have your recents on the left. This again feels more like the Xbox PC UI. Obviously you can move it to the side and then it feels even more like the new UI. I feel like if they updated the Xbox PC app to this redesign, this would be a sweet upgrade for all the Xbox PC users. The new Xbox Cloud UI isn't just a streaming interface. It's a unified design language. It's fast, it's animated, it's snappy, and it's built around the idea that your Xbox identity doesn't have to be locked on the console. It should just flow everywhere with you. And the more you use it, the more it feels like Xbox is testing the next-gen console dashboard without the need of the next-gen hardware just yet. If we go to settings there, if you go to audio and video, you can select your resolution. As you can see, the maximum quality has now been upgraded to 1440p, but if you want to conserve data, you can go down to 720p or 1080p. And it says included with Ultimate because they have Game Pass Ultimate. Maybe if you are on Premier or Core, you might have different tiers available. Also, if you go to streaming, you can have a streaming statistics overlay that will show what your streaming quality is and what the actual bitrate and everything is. We can take a look at that. Appearance also, you can have light mode enabled, which I don't like. I'll just use a system, so dark mode looks much cleaner. But if you are a light mode user, that option exists too. You can just go to this light mode. I'll also put it in appearance wise. If we go back to the full screen experience, that's the console experience, you still see this looks a little weird to me because I guess I have always used the dark mode, but yeah, that option also exists. Let's stream a game and see what the streaming statistics overlay shows. There are a select few games that play at 1440p right now on the cloud. So let's go to Witcher 3 and see what the stats look like on that. And again, as I said, it's a pretty clean and fast UI. You launch the game, it just launches. You don't see the xCloud logo anywhere. It has your game's key art and yeah, right into the game. So under the hood, Xbox quietly improved the streaming layer. It now has a faster startup time, as you saw. It has smoother bitrate and better handling of Wi-Fi. And as you can also see here, we have 1440p resolution with 60 FPS. Not all games play at 1440p 60, but there are a few games that do, and I think Xbox is planning to upgrade a lot more of their games into that. There's some pass as beautiful as ever. Alright, walking around, you can see it's 1440p with 60 FPS. Yennefer is sitting right there. We can go talk to her. As I said, yeah, feels like the streaming quality has improved. The picture feels crisper, and up top you can see the resolution, FPS, ping is also great. Bitrate is also about 25 Mbps. Yeah, pretty cool. Pretty nice under the hood improvement. So that's the new Xbox Cloud UI. It's faster, it's snappier, it's animated, and maybe a preview to the entire next-gen Xbox ecosystem. I hope you guys enjoyed this deep dive into the new UI and the changes. If you did, please don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Help us out a ton, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.